Um, Look, one of the other things you mentioned is dealing with loss. You do have a lot of teams that deal with loss. It is part of
Yeah.
sport and those kind of things as well. But in business, we deal with it too. You miss your sales targets, or a meeting doesn't go to plan, or a presentation gets sidetracked, and a client doesn't like it or whatever. So, how does someone deal with loss and overcome that to be able to carry on through into the next sort of meeting or the next game on the sports field?
Yeah, look, I think that's a really great question, Storm, and I think that's a universal experience, whether you're an athlete coping with difficulty or a problem, or whether you're a small business owner doing the same thing. How you get back on the horse, and how do you do it in a way that doesn't come at a high cost. So I'm going to contrast what I'd see as a healthy way and a high performance way of coping with that, versus a kind of where you're harnessing the inner critic and really you're beating yourself about head and shoulders as a way of motivating yourself, which is really unhealthy. It'll lead to burnout. It'll certainly come at a cost to you personally. It'll probably come at a cost to your family and your relationships as well, if you're just relying on probably grit and anger to motivate yourself, because we've all been there, right? So on the healthy path, I think it's important to say what that is that's coming up when you're doubting, and let's just call that, in that field of doubt. And what you're really doing when you're worried about your performance, you're worrying about the future. If you just see that as doubt, you're doubting that that you're okay and that you're going to be good enough. You're probably doubting how the world works. We want to see the world, as particularly in business, as this environment. It doesn't need to be fair, but it is full of opportunity. And we know that we generally are going to get out what we put in. And we just want it to be like that. But sometimes we'll start doubting the world. We'll start doubting ourselves, as we say. We might start doubting other people and their capability. We might doubt our teams and start thinking, oh man, if only they could do this, or if only they could do that, right? So you've got those three common areas of doubt. And that's probably what's driving our anxiety. So we feel like things are out of control at that point. So what we've got to come back to is really the opposite of doubt, which is to trust. And one of the ways in which we can trust ourselves is to make it controllable. So when things are out of control, we experience doubt. When we identify controllables, then we can trust ourselves to deal with them.